Hello everybody, I'm a generic Let's Player. My generic Let's Play video, you probably know the drill if you watched before, which you probably haven't, so never mind. I haven't, in anticipation of Dark Souls 3, I've decided to play through the original Dark Souls. I haven't beaten Dark Souls, I've beaten Dark Souls 2, never beat Dark Souls, the original. Got as far as Anor Londo and then stopped playing, that was like 10 months ago. I had not touched this game in a while. So I thought it'd be fun to run through it again in anticipation for Dark Souls 3, which is probably going to be absolutely fantastic. So yeah, let's just get started, shall we? If you haven't heard of Dark Souls, you've probably been living on, like, Pluto for the past, like, how long has it been? For the past, like, at least, like, half decade. So, I'm just gonna you know the drill, Dark Souls. It's hard, it's an action RPG, and all that stuff. I do have the DS fix. I'm probably gonna have a few of the things you really can't go to unless you've turned off, like, the 60 frames, so the frames may drop occasionally if I have to make certain jumps. But we'll get into that later. We shall name ourselves that there are no vowels in that. 1 second. Ojedev. That's the perfect name. We shall be Ojedev. We shall be a male. Our class shall be the Pyromancer. We shall have the Master Key, and our physique will be large upper body. Sure, why not? Our face, I always like to be Far East Traveler. Hair, we really don't care about hair. There you go. Color, silver. So yeah, let's get to this. This is gonna be a fun thing. If you've, checked out my channel, you realized I haven't actually uploaded a video in like 3 months. Sorry about that. I just, never really got around to it. So, yeah. Alright, so we're currently playing at 30. If I hit... Yep, alright. We're going back up to 60. Just to, So, gonna be running through. Again, you probably know the whole debacle. There's the, you run through, you fight the big angry demon thing. Not that angry demon thing, another angry demon thing that shows up and tries to stab you repeatedly. And, yeah. So, again, I suppose for those of you who don't know what Dark Souls is, which is probably very little of you who are actually watching this, and, well, Dark Souls is a third-person action RPG, stuttering. That it has a very big focus on combat and stamina management, big expansive open world, lots of very evil bosses, and it's kind of like the best game in the universe. There are better games out there, but this is probably one of my favorites. Again, I prefer Dark Souls 2, I know, sue me for those of you who all say, oh, Dark Souls 1 was better. I prefer Dark Souls 2, not sure why, I guess it was because I started with Dark Souls 2, I'm not sure, anyway, wait for it. Yup. So, yeah, that guy shows up, and he's gonna be a tutorial boss. You're supposed to run in here to, not get killed by him. Pretty simple stuff. I've played through the opening, like, 20 times. I have a bad habit of starting these games and never finishing them. Like, I get, like, I don't know, to the point, I get to the gargoyle fight, and then I'm like, oh, cool, I killed the gargoyles. I'm not entirely sure what to do from this point on, so I just kind of leave it. Yeah, let's get all this. So, again, I probably really don't have to explain what Dark Souls is, but again, third-person action game, stamina management, it's very open-ended, it's, as in, like, you could start out as a, ooh, lucky backstab there, you could start out as, like, a warrior class and end up as, like, a sorcerer. There are no restrictions. The base classes are pretty much just so you have a jumping off point. Like, oh, you want to go be, like, more, like, go for a dexterity build, you pick the swordsman. You want to go for a more strength build, you pick, like, the knight. You want to go for a sorcery build, you pick the sorcerer. And, you can kind of go from there. It doesn't restrict you, and it's hard but not unfair is the way that it's best described, and, that's the way it works. So, let me explain why it's hard but not unfair. If you were to... Now, the average player would kind of just be running around like I have, going through, killing things, and just taking a look around. And you'd probably just run up these stairs because that's what you're supposed to do. But if you're cautious, you could look up and realize, oh, there's a big boulder there, it's probably going to get pushed down, so I can dodge out of the way. Now, as a first-time player, you probably just, like, run up, get hit by that thing, and, like, people will say it's unfair. It's supposed to teach you to be more careful of your surroundings. You could play through this entire game and not take a single... Fuck. I managed to roll. Oh, as I was saying, you could play through this entire game and not take a single point of damage simply if you're good enough. That was a parry right there. People say that parries are hard to do in this game. I don't know. I think they're impossible to do in Dark Souls 2, but here, not so much. Maybe it's just me. So, you're going to want to come in here. That was that big ball that crushed us. And there's this guy named Oscar. Now, if you want to, you can kill this guy. And if you do kill this guy, you should not be allowed to, be... within 100 miles of any form of civilization because you're just a general human being.
I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something.
I'm just gonna skip through the dialogue. Like, I understand that for a lot of people the story is a big part of this game, but really, I'm gonna listen to him. Blah, 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 blah. If you want a story-based playthrough of this, there are plenty of other people to go to. And we're gonna run up and wait. Yep, he died. He dies either way, but, like, if you don't kill him, then the way he dies is like, I think he either kills himself or, like, he just sort of dies from his wounds. But if you do kill him, you're just a horrible human being. Like, if you accidentally select no, I suppose you're okay to kill him, because, that's the only way you can get the key and the flask, which are two very important parts of this game right there. Through a fireball. I'm a pyromancer. The pyromancer is actually a very powerful starting class because you get access to pyromancy, which is just really useful. You can use it to take down groups of enemies, and ow. You can also you can use it to break shield attacks. You can run up and stab him, and oh shit. Yeah, it's just general. Now, again, I'm going to explain the way... Again, that's what I think I'm going to assume what what Dark Souls is. And I may explain some things that, even though if you know Dark Souls, you may not understand. Estus Flask, you hit X, you drink your Estus Flask. It's a healing thing. Now, trust the white light, you'll realize... Now, once we're here, realize... Oh! We're here! Yeah, so you're going to drop in, hold down a left bumper, and you'll do a falling attack. There's a bit of a tutorial message that tells you that, but, since I, again, have played through this game before, I know most of the basics. Dodge out of that. Ah, fuck. Yeah, so, this is the tutorial. A lot of people, whenever they first go playthrough, usually get really blindsided by this bastard. And I don't blame them. I mean, like, most tutorials, it's they hold your hand, and they, like, tell you exactly what to do, and the enemies are super easy. Now, this one is just like, hey, welcome to Dark Souls. I'm the Asylum demon. You better fucking kill me, or you're just not gonna go any farther. And I respect that. So, we got a humanity. I'll explain what that is later. So, open the big pilgrim key, all those oh, by the way, if you look into the bottom right corner, you'll see that I am currently getting souls. What those souls do is they're like your universal currency. You can upgrade with them, you can level up with them, and, upgrade your weapons and armor, and you can also buy items with them. They're extremely useful, and if you die, you lose all of them. Every single one of your souls, all of your experience, you just lose them. All of it. You can get it back, though. If you make it back to the point of where you die, you can, I'm gonna have to go back and explain something. You can go back, pick up all your, lost souls, but if you die again before picking up that bloodstain, that thing where all your souls were, you lose those souls. So you could have 1 billion souls in your inventory, die once, fuck up and roll off a cliff and die again, you lose every single one of those souls, and there's no getting them back. So, you see these bonfires right here? They're checkpoints. You sit here, you checkpoint, and this revives every enemy you've killed, except for bosses. So if I were to do this, the Asylum demon wouldn't show up again, which is a good thing, because that'd be pretty annoying. But, yeah. Those refill your Estus Flasks as well, and they fully heal you. You level up at the bonfires, and, later on in the game, you can get an item that allows you to warp between certain bonfires, and, that's a lot later on in Anne Orlando, again, the place I managed to get to. Yeah. So, as you can see, we are, going to do this again. I may play the cutscenes, I may not, but I think I'm just gonna skip them, because you probably don't care. And, yeah, so we're gonna go up here, and basically, Big Crow's gonna take us to Lordran, Lordran. Here we are. This guy tells you the stuff you need to know. Oh, you can attack him if you want, but he's pretty powerful, so just try not to do that. I know what I'm doing. rest at the bonfire. I can, you know, level up and stuff like that. And I'll go through all this. So leave is leave. Level up. You use your souls to level up. I'm going to go for... I'm going to go for endurance and strength. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for maybe like a strength dex build with a bit of pyromancy. I think that sounds fun. And, oh, let me go over. So, level up. You level up. Attune magic means I can use my spells. Like, I have a second slot. I can put, like, another fireball there if I had one. But you need to purchase spells. Kindle. Kindling. Okay, so, I have 10 Estus flasks. I use one. And then I set at the bonfire again. I've gone back up to 10. However, there's a bonfire further up the road that will only allow you to go up to a maximum of 5 Estus flasks. So let's say you have 8 Estus flasks, and you use the bonfire later up there. You'll remain at 8. But let's say you have 4 Estus flasks and you use the bonfire, you'll remain at 5. You'll go back up to 5. So, you kindle to increase the amount of Estus flasks each bonfire will give you, and I think 10 is usually good enough for most people, but whatever. And, reverse hauling was the last one, I'm pretty sure. Let me just check. Yep, reverse hauling. How do you reverse your hauling? Well, if you look to the top left next to my health and stamina bars, you will see a big set of numbers, and, that's my soft humanity. What soft humanity is it's something that allows you to, hold on, I'm gonna go do something really quickly. Soft humanity allows you to kindle and reverse hauling. If hauling means you look like this, all ugly and gross and stuff, reversing the hauling means you become human. Now, when you're human, you can do a various amount of things. You can summon other players to help you in boss fights, you can kindle, and you can do all that. However, enemy players can also invade you, so it's a bit of a double-edged sword. Usually, I prefer to stay hollow. I don't usually, use the whole PvP thing anyway, or like summoning. I did do it in Dark Souls 2, but I decided not to. Praise the sun, yes, that is a meme. Now, let's go down. Now, how do you get humanity? Well, if you go to browse and use items, and you go to here, you'll see that I have humanity. Humanity, if you use this, it's gone. I use this, I'd have 1 soft humanity and 3 of this humanity item. If I were to die, I would lose my humanity again. I could get it at another at the Bloodstain where I died. So yeah, maybe I should stop explaining. Like, I'm gonna keep explaining anyway, just in case anybody who knows this doesn't know much about Dark Souls. So yeah, cracked red eye orbs, those are PvP items, I really don't care. Morning Star, I'm pretty sure that's better in every way to the item we currently have. Can I wield it? Yes, I can. So yeah, Morning Star, it's like a mace and stuff, it can cause bleeding as well. Homeward Bones allow you to do that, and now, as you can see, I have very little souls, which is pretty much why I'm going to do what I do now. So if you were to go into this graveyard, you'll see those piles of bones. Those are skeletons. Those skeletons will fuck your shit up. They're very, very powerful. You know how, like, in most RPGs, the skeleton is, like, the first enemy you encounter, and they're easy? No, these guys will wreck your shit. They'll pound your butthole. You don't want to mess with these skeletons, but I'm going to go through here because I don't have any souls left, and there are a lot of really good items around here. Well, some pretty good items. Hopefully, I want to be able to do this in just one run, because, you know, it's a bit tedious to go all the way back here and do all that, but if I have to. Zweihander, that's good. Go down here. You get binoculars, I believe. Yes. Shit. Alright, I'm gonna die. 1 second. Just get up. Hold it. Yeah, fuck off binoculars. Alright, so, the other items. Yeah, there should be a few more items around here that I'm gonna try and find and pick up. Go down. Shit! Did I miss them? Yeah, I missed them. Oh well, fuck it! Kamikaze! Dead. So, yeah, I lost a few souls. Whatever. It's only 300. That's not that bad. But there's a spear and a shield there that's also pretty good, but I'm not gonna bother going back there, because honestly, I can't be fucked. So, yeah. The Zweihander is a big weapon, and I got a few soul items. What these soul items do, let me just show you. These, like, large souls and souls of lost and dead, they just give you more souls. They're consumable items. And, yeah, that's the way it works. So, we're gonna be making our way downtown, walking fast, etc., towards, well, alright, again, if you don't know about this game, that guy sent you to tell us, okay, there are 2 Bells of Awakening, one of which is up in a church, and another is down at this, in, like, this really crappy sort of, imagine, like, if a sewer was turned into a city, and you got Blight Town, The second bell's there, being guarded by a gigantic spider lady. And we gotta go ring both of those. And, yeah, you gotta go ring both of those. The first one is up here, and you're usually gonna want to ring the bell gargoyle one first, because it's, like, the easier one to do. You can just get set on fire. It's the easier one to do, and, like, it's pretty much the only way you can go at the current mode. They really don't show you any other options, so, yeah. You pretty much, you have one option, and that's go to the church, do your church thing, and all that. So anyway, we're gonna be going up, and, we're gonna get to a point, there's going to be a point where, it's not at this point yet, it's a bit later. Ooh, a humanity, that's really lucky of me. There's, like, at some point in this game, a lot of times, people who play this, they're going to scream and rage and cry and get all upset because it's hard. And that was me for the beginning. And then you're going to hit this point where you absolutely fall in love with this game. And I will explain to you when I fell in love with this game. Roughly, I don't know. When I fell in love with this game. It's coming up, like, why I fell in love with this game. It's not really coming up. It's going to be a bit later. But there's a very good reason why I fell in love with this game. And that was simply because I like exploration. I like games that allow me to spread my wings and go wherever the fuck I want. And, like, a lot of games don't do that, because, you know, most games, they're linear, or set in corridors, looking at you every single first-person shooter within the past decade that isn't, like, I don't know, Wolfenstein, The New Order. Wolfenstein, The New Order was great. Came out a couple years ago. If you haven't played it, you totally should. Very good. Anyway, so, this game allows you to pretty much just fuck off and do whatever you want. You can literally yeah, big dragon there. Careful. You can fuck off and go wherever you want. And I'm not gonna show you because I really don't want to, but, I fell in love with this game when I decided to go off the beaten path. When I decided to go off the beaten path. Like, just kind of leave. Go away. And, just kind of explore a bit, go away. Like, I was having a bit of trouble with the bell gargoyles. You'll understand why in a bit, but yeah, the bell gargoyles are very difficult. It's like the first really difficult boss in the game, besides, I don't know, maybe the Capra Demon. And I'm really getting my shit wrecked right here. Let me just take an Estus Flask. Ah, fuck. Go away, you stupid hollow. Nobody likes you. You're ugly and you smell. So, I go off the beaten path. End up in this cool foresty bit. And there are all these knights. And these knights are cool, and I'm fighting these knights, I'm getting a few things, and I go around, and, like, end up somehow in this place, I'm pretty sure it was, like, the Valley of the Drakes. No, not the Valley of the Drakes, the, Darkroot Garden, Darkroot Basin, that's what it was. And this was a place that you really weren't supposed to be at this point. You weren't supposed to be here. It was obvious. The enemies were extremely powerful. My weapon did absolutely no damage, but I kept going. I kept going because, well, there was a bonfire nearby, and as you can see right there, showing off the mechanics, the bonfire restoring the enemies, and my Estus Flask remaining at 7 instead of going up to 10. But back to my story. Yeah, I kept persevering because I wanted to see where this was going. I wanted to see what would happen. And if you've heard anything about Dark Souls, you've probably heard of that really, really god-awful boss fight that's like the Hydra. And, like, it's a cool boss fight, but it's not particularly good. I'm gonna switch to the wood shield because it's better. But it's not particularly a good one because the boss is just stupid and retarded. But even so, I was pretty low level. Like, I was around, like, I had, like, some upgraded armor. Like, maybe, I think I had the Elite Knight set on. No, not the Elite. I had the Chainmail set on. Yeah, really early game armor. And, like, a +4 scimitar at this point. And, so, yeah. Alright, I'm wasting 4 files. So, yeah. Very early in the game. And this Hydra thing, I decided to fight it. I'm like, fuck it, YOLO. Fuck it, YOLO. If I die, I'll just come back here, use a homeward bone, get all my souls back, blah, blah, blah. And I killed this thing. I think I was level, like, 30 at the time. A level 30 guy, merchant right there, taking on a boss that was obviously higher level using very basic equipment, and I beat it. That's when I fell in love with this game, because I realized this game will let you do what you want if you're good enough. And I got lucky. I got really lucky on that boss fight, I will admit. But if you are good enough to do something in this game is it's not gonna stop you from doing it. Like, you think you can take on, if you think you can take on that boss, go ahead, buddy. Let's see how well you do. And you beat it, it rewards you, gives you your shit. I'm going to Kindle, because I like to Kindle. I like having 10 Estus flasks. 5 is fine, but I prefer having 10. So, reverse hollowing. Yeah. So that's when I started to really play in the game. Got to Anne Orlando, stopped playing after a while, and all that. So, as you can see now, I'm not all gross and wrinkly. I'm a human. So, yep. Yeah. That's what I fell in love with this game, and that's why I recommend everybody in the universe play it, because it's just so fun. And there's so much freedom in a game. This is a game that gives you freedom to do what you want to do. Every single boss can be beaten by every single build. Now, certain builds work better for other bosses, you know, like long range builds work better for certain bosses, and like big tanky builds work better for other bosses. But I want to browse my items real quickly. But you can do it. You could just go around. You could go and like fuck up someone and just have a good time. Am I gonna go for more strength or dex? I think I'm gonna go for dex, actually. So I'm gonna go down there and buy a scimitar really quickly. I think I am gonna go for a more dexy build. Maybe I want to get a halberd. Like, I'm hoping to get like a halberd at some point, because halberds are really good. But for now, I'm just gonna do a scimitar. And what halberd do I want? Like, maybe the Black Knight halberd? I'm not sure. You know, let's worry about this later. I'm gonna go buy a scimitar, and we're going to go fight the Taurus Demon. Taurus Demon is, like, the first boss that you have that isn't the Asylum Demon, blah, 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 blah. And, he's pretty easy, honestly, if you know what you're doing. Now, a lot of people actually don't, and that's why they usually get screwed over by the boss. Buying some items.
Thank you, Kat.
And a lot of people tend to get screwed over by that boss, and they get up, and like, you know, but it's actually pretty easy. I need more dexterity. Let me just pop a bunch of these souls. Something I really like about Dark Souls 2, you can pop all of these souls at once, which is so you can just not do this, because this is just annoying. Having to pop every single soul individually. It's slow and arduous, but that's what you gotta do it. Yeah. So, we're gonna go fight the Taurus Demon. And, I think once we fight the Taurus Demon, I think that'll be a good place to leave off. Yeah. I don't know. Actually, I've been recording for maybe like 20 minutes, and I want to keep these videos shorter. Okay, I'm gonna go level up my dex. We're gonna attack. Level up my dex really quickly. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Pump all I have into dex. Shit, still not enough. Alright, hold it. Let me just... 13 dex. Shit. Yeah, alright. I'm just gonna switch back to my mace. You know what? I'm gonna stop it here. I think that we got here. We beat the tutorial. Next episode, we're gonna try and beat up the Taurus Demon. I will do another Darkest Dungeon at some point in the future. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, do what you do. And I hope to see you again. Do svidaniya.